So perhaps some question. Already here?
Your Holiness, these questions were submitted through the internet.
Yes.
And Professor Cabazon handed them to me. The first question is, in my reading of some of His Holiness's books, I have sometimes seen the subtlemost nature of mind characterized as neutral. But in other instances, it seems as though His Holiness says that we have an innate predisposition for goodness, for love, for compassion, and for enlightenment. So this would seem to imply that the fundamental nature of mind is positive or virtuous, but not neutral. Can Your Holiness please explain?
In generally, of course, we are not talking about ultimate reality or subtle mind. As far as subtle mind is concerned, this moment, just a word. So our basic sort of human nature. The way I think in afternoon session, I think I may explain something.
Okay.
So those people who will not come
This afternoon.
the next session, then you can ask someone who attends.
Second question, Your Holiness. Is there some reason to prefer meditation on the nature of mind to meditation on anything else? For example, meditation on the nature of self or other phenomena?
그렇다. 심갈.
Simply,
그렇죠. That's mainly is refer in tantric teaching, tantric practice. The reason is, as I mentioned at the beginning, ultimately things depend on our motivation. Motivation is part of mind. So therefore, penalty 가서 좋지. 심리기는 심전직내당 뇌지직내시는 나도 그 너무를 내래 개발서 선반을 내게 개만인지.
So, for example, in one Buddhist text, Chandrakirti, 7th century, he says that it is the mind that creates the world that we live in, and it is the mind that creates the actions that lead to that creation, and therefore, in this way, we understand the karmic action to be the causal agent for creation.
다 안다 되게 세동 숭주사 릭동 열매 대동 열매 사게지도아 디 춘이 버지버리디 다 베나 세동 숭주사 릭동 열매 세사게 동니디 무슨 분배된 그 동니다 가서 별별 요구되게 동이다. 동이 임배 뭐는 찍버려야지. 이네 최전 싸워다 모임에도 들어왔으니까 그런 되게 신이 상담으로. 안다디 랑신디 랑기 다 가서 우리 보게 또배 주지 못해 되는지. 자, 근데 인도산에 샘지 춘이 가는 상담마다 믿어가. 릭동이면 상담 오마티. 자, 근데 이 인도산에 베나도 사운드 아리안 대회 림면 나르데 송야래 심지 춘이 도와야 돼. 시부지 개심 뭐지 뭐지. 콘데 싸워들 송야. 어다디 나도 된 시고. 다 누르네 샤베이나. 제다베나 다게 최전게 내기 다 전부 또 라오예베 차네. 토마 강사가 담에고. 되네 처지 담에 공사 지점을 숨겨야래. 나 라면데 데이르산에 인심이 심지 듣고는 용어도 저거 셰베.
So, therefore, for example, we have been talking about the union of clarity and emptiness, union of Rigpa awareness and emptiness, a union of bliss and emptiness. So all of these are really perspectives coming from the Vajrayana teachings. And therefore, in Vajrayana teaching, the meditation on emptiness, on the mind itself, the nature of mind itself, becomes very important because although one can take the emptiness of, say, an external object like a sprout and meditate upon it, but the distinction here is that when one takes the mind to be the basis upon which one meditates on emptiness, then one is actually reflecting upon the nature of one's own mind, the ultimate nature of one's own mind. And all of this is really from the perspective of Vajrayana teaching. For example, in one of Aryadeva's texts on Tantra, he explains the significance of taking a mind, the nature of mind, as the focus of one's practice in the Vajrayana context. However, in a non-Vajrayana context, such as the perfection of wisdom teachings, then generally it is said that between the emptiness of the person and emptiness of phenomena, one generally takes the emptiness of person to be the initial focus because it is easier to understand emptiness by taking one's own personal identity or person to be the basis of meditating upon emptiness.
But one sort of the Sanskrit word usually we recite, that is Om Shunada Jnana Banza Sumbawa Emakohang. These Sumbawa say Rangshi Sajtua. Or that the Kangumju Nelu the Chishenkorang Rangshimba.
So, in this mantra that is part of the Vajrayana sadhana practice, there's the word Svabhava, which means nature. And Svabhava, in this particular context, indicates meditating upon the Svabhava of the mind itself, the very mind which is meditating upon its own nature.
So, Om Sumbawa Shuddha Savatama, Sumbawa Shuddha Hang Sayagi, Sumbawa Sayadida, Om Shuna the Janamazo Sumbawa Sayakari, Tundar Karidwa.
So, so the Svabhava in these two different contexts are different. One is Svabhava of the nature of all phenomena, whereas in another context, Svabhava or nature refers to the nature of the mind meditating upon itself.
Yeah, next.
I'm wondering if you think it is a lot more difficult for Americans to focus their minds and to be able to reach enlightenment.
그래서 아무래도
that similar that sim nail to pubje sim that focus che the kanga che metros arizo and things are the kanda to be le kanga che metros chikche. We are a culture that thrives on stimulation, excitement, pleasure, and doing everything very quickly. I think that meditation and centering oneself is extremely difficult in American society. Do you think it would be easier for Americans if we lived in a country with a slower pace, where people took more time being present in their daily life?
Basically, I don't think there's much differences, whether Eastern or Western. I don't think much differences. In fact, some of my American friends who spend years of meditation, said their result quite amazing. So these are American, not Tibetan. so that shows basically same human mind. As the external influence important, but ultimately the nature of mind itself is more important. So we everyone have sort of same potential, and I think because of the same mental quality. I think like that. That's how I feel. But then someone, I think this questioner, if you're really serious, then thorough investigation. Interview more people, then maybe you get a more clearer picture. I don't think so much differences.
Final question.
Okay. I think 2-3 questions.
Okay. Why did you say Buddhism is like a science of the mind?
That word not originally come from me, but some Western scholar, described. Buddhism is not a religion, but rather a science of mind. So ask him, ask them. Yes.
How do you feel about the use of LSD and other psychedelic drugs to attain higher states of consciousness or spirituality?
Of course, firstly, I have no such experience. Then according to those people who have some experience, then it seems
But from what I've heard from people who have had the actual first-hand experience, it seems that the experience of using these kind of psychedelic drugs tend to bring a greater profusion of illusion. And since we already have a lot of illusory experiences to begin with, so why do we need additional illusory experiences?
Then next. I think in serious practice is concerned, I think should not rely on external substances. Just simply try to
Cultivate the mind.
Cultivate
The mind, yeah.
the nature quality of mind. That's much better.
And a happy heart.
That answer is to come later.
In the afternoon. In your 50 years of exile, you have faced down many hardships and never wavering in your commitment to your people and the fight for social justice. What advice do you have for young people on how to achieve success while staying true to one's moral principles?
Afternoon.
So most of the questions are more general.
Now stop.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.